As you all know from today's announcements, we have a special guest with us here today, Miss Heather Miller from the Firearms Manufacturers Association. Now, Miss Miller's organization sponsors a wide range of firearms safety programs and has proven quite successful over the years in reducing the number of firearms accidents. But Miss Miller is here today to talk to us about a different aspect of firearms safety, particularly how you should react if you find yourself in an unexpected situation at school, at home, or elsewhere. A situation that might involve firearms. Let's welcome Miss Heather Miller.
Thank you, Principal Donaldson. I appreciate the invitation to visit with you and your students. As Principal Donaldson suggested, the firearms manufacturers that I represent do sponsor many programs on how to handle firearms safely and responsibly. But that is not the message I want to share with you today. Instead, I'm here to discuss how to handle yourselves safely and responsibly if you find yourself in a situation, an uncomfortable situation involving firearms. To illustrate our discussion, we have prepared 2 videotaped episodes based on actual true-life accounts. Our first segment shows a situation in which any of you could find yourselves. You'll see a young man named John and a young woman named Wendy in a very tough spot. They didn't ask to be put in that situation, but how they react could impact their safety and that of their schoolmates. Let's take a look.
No.
Hey guys.
Hey. Why are you all excited?
You guys want to see something sweet?
That girl in my math class?
Shut up, man, and check this out. I got it off my brother.
Oh my god. You crazy? Put that away.
Man, relax. It's cool. Don't let anybody see it. We can get expelled. No one's gonna see it. Besides, it's not loaded. My brother has the bullets.
I don't care, man. Why did you bring that to school?
I just did.
Just put it away.
What's up with you?
So what do you think our friends John and Wendy should do? How would you handle this situation? Here are several options. I tell my friend to take the gun out of school immediately and never bring it to school again. I wouldn't handle the gun, but I wouldn't turn in my friend. I just wouldn't get involved. I'd get out of there. I'd make some excuse to leave and report the gun to a school official. So what do you think? What's the right answer? Really think about what you would do, not what you think the right answer is. If you found yourself in that situation, how would you react? If you see a friend with a gun in school, there is only one correct response, and John and Wendy know what it is. Let's see what they did.
Don't tell anyone. Stupid.
Do you know how much trouble we could get in for this?
You promise you won't tell anyone.
Dude, you're psycho. I'm out.
I gotta go too. Whatever.
John, Wendy, what can I do for you guys?
Mr. Young, you don't want to get anyone in trouble, but can we talk to you for just a second?
Well, sure, what's up? Come on in, sit down.
Ted Johnson's got a gun in his locker. He showed it to us in the cafeteria about 5 minutes ago. Well, he says it's not loaded, but still, we thought we should tell somebody.
I mean, we don't want to be rats, but we're afraid something could happen. I mean, Ted's not weird or anything, but I just don't know why he'd bring a gun to school.
But we don't want him to know that we told.
Look, don't worry. We'll handle this so that nobody knows. Ted in particular doesn't know how we found out. But I will have to tell Principal Carter about this.
Okay, that's cool.
Thanks, Mr. Young.
Wendy, John, you were smart to come and tell me this. You did the right thing. Thank you. Yes, Principal Carter, please. Yes, Principal Carter. We have a report of a boy with a gun in his book bag. I'd like to see you right away.
Hey, Ted. Shouldn't you be at lunch?
Well, yeah. I just need to put my book bag in my locker.
Why? Aren't you going to need it in a few minutes for your next class?
Not really. I just didn't want to carry it around.
You seem awfully nervous, Ted. Do you mind if I have a look in your bag?
My bag? You don't need to. I'm not nervous.
Let me see the bag, Ted. My Lord. Ted Johnson, why is there a gun in your bag?
I just brought it in to show the guys. It's not loaded. I don't mean anything. Some of the guys told me to put it away.
You're going to have to come with me, Ted.
Can't I just take it home?
What in God's name were you thinking? This is the dumbest thing I've seen in my 15 years at this school. What would possess you to bring a gun to school?
It wasn't loaded. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. People do it all the time.
People don't do it all the time. This is the first time I've seen it. Bringing a gun to school is not only stupid, it's against the law. You'll have to go to the police station, Ted, until the judge decides how to treat this case.
Can't I just take it home?
And I have no alternative but to suspend you until the Board of Education can meet for your expulsion hearing. But frankly, that's the least of your problems right now, Ted.
Students bringing guns to school may not happen as often as television would have us believe, but it does happen, and it's very serious. You each have a responsibility to yourselves, your friends, and your family to report someone bringing a gun to school or report any threats of violence to the proper authorities. John and Wendy did the right thing. You must do the same thing if you ever learn that anyone has a gun in school or has even mentioned that they might bring one. Next, let's look at another difficult situation in which you could find yourself, often with no warning and through no fault of your own.
Hey, what's down here? I got something to show you. It's my dad's.
This is stupid.
Is it loaded? No, my dad keeps the ammunition separate. Are you sure? I'm sure. The clip's not even in it.
You should put the damn gun down before your dad gets home.
Why? You scared? You scared? No way.
Paul, what are you doing? Your dad didn't put the gun down here for us to play with it.
Scott and Harris are in a tough spot here. They don't want to seem like wimps to their friend, but they know that Paul shouldn't be handling his dad's gun. What would you do if you were Scott or Harris? I'd handle the gun to look cool, but then try to get Paul to put it away. I'd hang around until Paul put the gun away, but I wouldn't touch it. I'd make an excuse and get out of there. Let's see what happened to Scott and Harris.
Get that away from me. Hey, I'm gonna go home. Hey, get that thing away. I'm gonna go home and get something to eat. You scared? I'll check you guys later. You're leaving already? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Fine. You sure it's not loaded? Yeah, I'm sure it's not loaded. Think I'm stupid? Clip's empty. Check it out. It's heavier than I thought. You know, my dad paid over $5 for that puppy. Is this how you... Ah!
Well, I came here to thank you, man. They dropped the charges after talking to you, but I still never want to step foot in another police station again.
That's good.
What'd the doctor say about your hip?
I have to reconstruct it. And after a couple operations and some time, hopefully I'll be okay.
At least you're telling the 40 can't get any worse.
Shut up.
Listen, man, we're joking now. But that was a pretty ugly scene. I'm sorry I wasn't more careful.
Dude, it was my fault. I shouldn't have taken the gun out anyway. I should have known that there could be a bullet in the chamber even though the clip is empty.
Well, at least you're alright.
It should be self-explanatory who made the right decision here and who didn't. But just in case you need any further clarification, I've brought along a guest. Please say hello to Paul Patterson, the real Paul on whom this video was based. Paul is joining us today to talk about his experience. He has agreed to join me on my lecture tour to help make sure that other young men and women don't make the same mistake that he did a year ago.
Thanks, Miss Miller. Thanks for having me, everybody. I've talked at a lot of different schools, but it's still kind of embarrassing for me to be up here. Not because I'm in a wheelchair or anything, but because I have to talk about how stupid I was that day. I've been in this chair for almost a year because I was stupid. I've caused my family and my friend Harris a lot of anguish, all because I did something that I knew was wrong and that I'd been warned not to do. Why'd I do it? I ask myself that question every day. No, every hour. Was it to impress my friends? Well, I impressed them all right. The video you just saw was of an afternoon that changed my life. Although it's too late for me to go back and undo the damage that I did to myself and the folks who loved me, it's not too late for you. It's up to nobody but you to do the right thing around guns. And if you have a friend who wants to show off with a gun, then the right thing to do is to tell him to put the gun away and to leave immediately if he doesn't. You may think it's cool to mess around with guns, but I'm here today as evidence that it's not cool. In fact, there's nothing less cool than putting your friends in a bad deal or putting yourself in a wheelchair. I don't blame Harris at all for what happened. It was an accident, and it was my fault. It was up to nobody but me to play it safe. And if you find yourself in a situation like the one I was in, then it's up to nobody but you. Heather's now going to hand out the Firearms Responsibility and Safety Pledge. I encourage you all to read it and sign it. If I'd had the chance to sign this pledge back before my accident, I probably wouldn't be in a wheelchair. It's too late for me, but you still have the chance. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for your time and your sincerity. I'd like to thank each of you for listening today.